All right, let's jump right in today. We're doing a deep dive into something you might not have even heard of, JS8CALL.
JS8CALL.
Yeah, think of it like, texting,
Okay.
but for ham radio.
All right.
And get this, it can send messages across continents with a super weak signal.
Oh, wow.
We've got this log of JS8CALL transmissions, and we're going to see what kind of secrets it holds, like what went down in this specific session,
Okay.
how many people were chatting, and maybe even uncover some juicy bits of info.
So we're like digital detectives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the first thing that jumped out at me was just the sheer volume of these heartbeat messages.
Heartbeat messages.
Yeah, it's like a constant stream of digital pulses,
Yeah.
all saying, hey, I'm here. Anyone out there?
Ah, I see. So these heartbeats, they have a purpose.
Definitely.
What do they do?
Well, they basically let other stations know that you're online and ready to connect.
Yeah.
And they also share signal strength, so you can get a feel for the network's, status.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like a digital roll call.
Exactly. And one call sign.
Hmm.
This one, K5DCC. They're sending and receiving heartbeats like crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What do you think that means?
Well, it could be a dedicated relay station, boosting signals, helping connect everyone.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're just an enthusiastic user.
Right.
Yeah.
Keeping the network alive and buzzing.
Yeah.
Either way, they're definitely making their presence known, but they're not the only ones out there. Looking at this log, I'm kind of blown away by how many different call signs there are.
Is that right?
Yeah. We've got folks from EM36, EM93, EM21. It's like a global party.
So it's a pretty popular mode then, this JS8 call.
Oh, yeah, especially for those who are into weak signal communication. Reaching out across vast distances. Imagine being able to stay in touch with family during an emergency or reaching some remote corner of the world.
Yeah, I see the appeal.
It's mind-boggling to think about this invisible network constantly buzzing around us. All right, let's dig into some specific messages that caught my eye.
Okay.
There's this exchange between 88Q and W00BYU.
Okay.
And WBYU mentions that severe weather delayed their reply.
That's a good example of how JS8 call can be a real lifeline.
Yeah.
When traditional communication's down, storms, natural disasters,
Yeah.
JS8 call can still get through.
It's not just a hobby. It can actually save lives.
All right.
But hold on. Things get a little spooky here. We also found these GhostNet messages talking about tensions rising in Europe. And, let's just say it paints a pretty unsettling picture.
It's definitely interesting, but remember, we're only seeing fragments of a larger conversation here. It's like overhearing bits and pieces of a whisper in a crowded room.
Good point. We should be careful about jumping to conclusions. So let's move on to something a bit more collaborative.
Okay.
I found this all-call message from KF7MXX. They're looking for JS8 spotter users to test something called an MC form.
JS8 Spotter, that's a neat network. It's like a real-time map.
Really?
Yeah, showing the location and signal strength of all the JS8 call users out there. It helps operators track propagation conditions and see who's active. Wow.
And as for MC form, that's a bit of a mystery, but it sounds like someone's experimenting with custom message formats.
Yeah.
Maybe for better location sharing or data exchange within the network.
So people aren't just using JS8 call, they're actively improving it.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the collaborative spirit of the community, always pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That's incredible. Speaking of pushing boundaries, there's this message from K4ICW, and they basically give us their entire JS8 call resume.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Location, power output, antenna type, even the networks they're part of, including those mysterious GhostNet and Nusava ones.
Like a digital hello world.
Exactly. It shows how much pride and passion people have for their JS8 call setups and their eagerness to connect with others.
It's that sense of community that really sets JS8CALL apart.
I'm already learning so much, but I feel like we've only just scratched the surface. What else is hiding in this log?
One message that really stood out to me was from
Yeah.
K5DCC.
Oh, our heartbeat champ. That's right, the one sending all those heartbeats.
Yeah.
This time they're sending a message to AG7NC.
Okay.
And it includes their grid square location, EM29.
EM29. So that gives us an idea of where they are.
Right. It helps us get a sense of the reach of the JS8 call network. Like, where are all the active stations?
Amazing.
It's like we're plotting points on a map,
Yeah.
showing how this community is connected all over the world.
Yeah, each message, no matter how small, it adds a little piece to the puzzle.
Exactly. And speaking of patterns,
Yeah.
there's another one from K4ICW, remember them?
Yeah.
They mentioned participating in GhostNet, Unisava, and
Oh,
being on air 24/7.
24/7. Wow, that's dedication.
Right. Running some serious hardware, maybe, a dedicated server even.
Yeah.
And it shows how diverse the community is. Like, GhostNet seems to be focused on information sharing.
Yeah.
And then Unisava.
I still don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a mystery. Maybe it's software development or something technical.
So it's like all these little sub-communities within the larger JS8 call world.
Right, each with their own focus.
Like an ecosystem.
Exactly.
All these different parts working together. And you know what? It makes me think about that delayed message between 88Q and WBYU.
Yeah,
The weather delay.
right.
It really highlights how important it is to have reliable communication systems, especially in emergencies.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine if the power goes out, cell towers are down, internet's gone.
Yeah.
JS8 call could be a lifeline.
It could.
Emergency responders could use it. People could stay in touch with loved ones.
Yeah.
It's like a safety net
Uh-huh.
when all else fails.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears for a sec. I found another LL call message.
Okay.
This was from KD2TDD,
All right.
and they're just asking, anyone wants to chat.
Oh, that's nice. Just looking to connect with someone.
It's a good reminder that this isn't all just technical stuff. It's about people, too.
It is.
Connecting with others, sharing experiences.
Right. Sometimes you just want to chat.
Exactly. And it makes me think about that birthday message to Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, even in this techie world,
Mm-hmm.
there's still room for those personal touches.
It is. It's nice.
That's a nice little reminder. And this whole deep dive has been like, I don't know, a glimpse into a world I never knew existed.
It is. And we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah.
There are so many more conversations happening out there.
Right now, all over the world.
It makes you wonder what else is out there? What other stories are waiting to be discovered?
That's a good question. Okay, we're back and ready to wrap up our JS8 call adventure.
It's wild to think that all this is happening like right now, all around us. We just can't see it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And as we've been going through these messages, the thing that keeps hitting me is just how clever some of these people are. Like KF7MNX.
Oh, yeah, with that MC form thing.
Right. What do you think they're up to?
I still don't know. Any new theories?
Well, think about JS8 Spotter. It tracks locations, signal reports.
Maybe KF7MIX is trying to, I don't know, make that data easier to see, easier to share.
Like a new kind of map or something.
Yeah, maybe. Or a way to connect JS8 call with other systems.
So they're not just users, they're like developers.
Exactly. And that's a big part of the whole ham radio thing, experimenting, pushing the limits.
Yeah, it's cool. And you know what else it makes me think about? K4ICW and how they shared all their setup details.
Yeah.
Like, do you think there's a sense of, I don't know, belonging to these JS8 call networks?
Oh, for sure. It's like being in a club or a team.
Right.
You join GhostNet or Usava, you're saying, hey, this is what I'm into, this is what I'm good at.
You're finding your people.
Exactly. And it's not just about being technical either. Think about that Jimi Hendrix birthday message.
I love that one.
Even in this techie world, there's room for that personal connection.
It's a good reminder. You know, this whole deep dive has been like looking through a keyhole.
A keyhole?
Yeah, into this whole other world I never knew existed. It's amazing.
And the crazy thing is, we've barely scratched the surface. There are so many more JS8 call conversations happening out there right now.
All over the world.
It makes you wonder what else is out there, what other stories are waiting to be found.
That's a great thought. So, to everyone listening, keep exploring, dive into the world of JS8 call, listen to those digital whispers, and who knows, maybe you'll discover something amazing. Until next time, happy listening.